What if I told you that one woman foresaw many of the key events of recent years? Her name is Verica Obrenovic, and she has been called the Serbian Vanga. She worked in a secret group of the Yugoslav military, and her prophecies were recorded by a personal cameraman. Much of what she predicted has already come true. But more lies ahead. What upheavals await the world in the coming years? Which countries will disappear, and which will become new centers of power? And why exactly Russia, according to her, will keep the world from perishing? Watch on to learn Verica Obranovic's shocking predictions about the future of our planet and what awaits each of us. Are you ready for what's coming? Verica Obrenovic, a fortune teller from Serbia, was recently talked about, and it is not surprising because she cooperated with the security services in her homeland, and her predictions became widely known only after the woman left this world. Can we trust the words of Verica Obrenovic? Based on the scanty information available about her, we can judge that the fortune teller was seriously listened to even the highest military ranks of Yugoslavia. It is not for nothing that she is called Serbian Vanga. According to available data, she was a member of some secret group 69 of the General Staff of the Yugoslav Armed Forces. In this regard, it becomes clear why the network stored so little information about this amazing woman. Such employees are worth their weight in gold, and the military tried to provide her with maximum protection measures. Only a limited number of people had access to communicate directly with Obrenovic. In order not to miss an important prophecy, next to the seer was a cameraman, Aleksandar Mitrovic, who videotaped literally every word she said. Therefore, the existence of Verica became known only in the 2010s, when her person was removed from the secret. At that time, the Serbian visionary was still alive. She passed away on July 22, 2019, for reasons unknown to the general public. The woman's death was reported on social media. In the comments to her obituary, some kind of trauma is mentioned. However, whether she was the cause of the deathless demise is still unclear. Some of her predictions have not yet come true. For example, predictions concerning the huge Yellowstone volcano in America. The seer thinks that it will be active, which will cause an eruption and then a cycle of earthquakes. Eventually, America will be reduced to rubble. Obrenovic also said that for a couple of days, the whole world will plunge into total darkness, no sun will be seen. A cold snap will come. That means we're approaching a little ice age. Step by step, we are approaching this event, but none of us knows exactly when it will happen and whether it will happen at all. In 2015, the soothsayer told how events in the Middle East will develop. According to her, Iran will go to war with Israel under the pretext of protecting the Palestinian population. As we can see, the Palestinians really need military assistance, but the Iranians have not yet decided to take direct action against the Israelis, preferring to act with the hands of Shiite groups. Friends, before continuing, please support our channel with your subscription and likes. And also do not forget to leave a comment after watching this video. Thank you. Based on her words, America has had a lot of bad luck. The state has brought a lot of misfortunes and natural disasters upon itself. Her words in 2016, on one of the American coasts will happen numerous fires tentatively. In California, on the other coast is expected flooding. There will be terrible waves, winds of unprecedented strength. I see terrible waves, I see houses collapsing. It's kind of an answer to the question, What's going to happen to Canada and the United States? There will be flooding unrivaled. Earthquakes will sweep across America in a chain. Every state in America is expecting it. Fires will break out. Explosions will be heard. There will be many injured people. Some cities will be wiped off the map of the earth forever. The seer saw falling airplanes and many other disasters, she warned, but people refused to believe her words. Because the water would be poisoned, people would leave their cities in a hurry, moving to villages, and that was the only way they could survive. The seer warned that the Western world is intentionally polluting the air environment, told about chemical pollution, the purpose of which is to acidify the soil. Alas, natural seeds are unable to grow. Only modified seeds can be produced. He who controls the food has the power to control the people. This is a priority. She said that by 2030, the USA will lose its world leadership, ceding the palm to Russia and the BRICS organization. NATO units will leave South Korea on orders from the USA, but the degree of tension on the Korean peninsula will not decrease. The seer reports that there will be an exchange of U.S. and North Korean missile strikes. A lot of surprises will present and nature. For example, in Italy, the volcano Etna will come out of its long hibernation. The eruption and tremors will cause a real panic in the country. Brazil will be overwhelmed by a powerful flood, and the rainy season in Vietnam will be the longest and most abundant in the history of meteorological observations. The North American continent will also suffer from earthquakes. In parallel with the tremors, water will overflow and flood the entire east coast of the USA. There's going to be a real collapse. There will be fires in the western part of the country, a humanitarian catastrophe. Many cities and entire states will disappear from the face of the earth. But the worst consequences will be the awakening of the Yellowstone stratovolcano. The eruption will turn into ruins all that survived before. It will affect the entire planet. Huge amounts of ash released into the atmosphere will plunge the world into darkness for days. A little ice age would ensue. Such a disappointing prediction for Americans came from a soothsayer in 2016. As for military action, Russia will go to war with Turkey. As a result, northern Cyprus will be handed over to Greece. The U.S. will be clearly not in the mood for wars. According to Obrenovic, the economy of the United States will be shaken because of the uncontrolled fall in oil prices and the loss of the dollar's status as an international currency. Russia and China will play an active role in this. In addition, the U.S. will receive a huge damage due to natural disasters and will forget about foreign policy games. Canada will be seriously affected by natural disasters, which will be hit by floods and volcanic eruptions. Due to the fact that many countries in Europe will disintegrate or disappear altogether, it will be necessary to create a new European Union, which will include Serbia. But Croatia and Slovenia will not join the new union, largely because of a huge economic crisis, which will force them to take food from other countries on credit. NATO will disintegrate. Only the United States will remain an official member. Will this prediction come true? Not all of her prophecies have come true. For example, she claimed that in 2018, Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, the Czech Republic, and even Poland would enter into an alliance with Russia, realizing where EU policy was leading. The Russian army will enter the EU and cross the borders of a number of states, meeting no resistance from local armed forces. Berlin will once again be divided by the wall into eastern and western parts, which will be taken over by Russia and NATO. That's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned to our channel. Put likes and participate in the discussions. More videos coming soon. See you soon.